I'm Justin Henry. I'm the broker and owner of Henry Realty Team and 380realty.com. We work and service the 380 corridor market all around this area.
Three reasons why, if you're trying to sell your house in Aubrey, Texas, in the months of summer, you're already too late. Hey everybody, my name is Justin Henry. I'm the broker and owner of Justin Henry Real Estate Advisors, and we're going to run through the three reasons why, if you're looking to sell your home, many think that summer is the absolute best time to sell your house. But we're going to run through three reasons why I personally think that that is a complete falsity. And in truth, I think that the real best time is going to be in those early spring months. And that's especially true for the year 2023. And now there's some obvious reasons we're going to talk about, but there's some not so obvious reasons as well, especially for our market. So if you're considering selling, I would just highly suggest to you to look at these three situations and these three reasons very closely and determine if your home meets these specific reasons to where you may want to either wait or lease your home or go ahead, get it on the market now and not wait. So here we go. Reason number one is there are actually less inventory on the market in early spring. What is early spring? Early spring is basically the time between, I would call it January 15th, which is almost winter, right? But here in the DFW Metroplex, spring starts extremely early. And so those times between January 15th and really running all the way up until April, mid-April or so, I would say is the absolute best time to get your house on the market and sold. Why is that? As we said, inventory for people that are having kids are in school, things of that nature. The overall inventory is lower. On average, 70% lower in the spring months, especially in our major neighborhoods, Paloma Creek being one, Savannah being two, Cross Oak Ranch being three, Province Village, Hillstone Point, Arrowbrook, all the major master plan neighborhoods that are in and around Aubrey, of course going all the way up to the 377 corridor. You will find that many of those neighborhoods are simply going to have less inventory, but you'll find that the overall buyer activity is higher. For example, in the month of February, you had 112 sales that occurred. In the month of March, you only had 84 sales that occurred. Why was that? Well, there could be a number of reasons. Obviously, as we saw rates increase, and that'll be number two, rates. Right now, rates have ultimately gone up. And so because I will just say that typically, what do you want to call it? Biden or whoever the one is in charge, the Fed in this case, is in charge of the rates. You're seeing that ultimately rates have gone up since the beginning of the year. And so that has put a major strain. I've got many buyers right now, 5 or 6 buyers that I've connected with over the course of the last 2 months that have really said, hey, I'd love to buy a house. But I mean, my buying power has absolutely diminished over the course of the last 3 months, 4 months. And it really has, because those rates have really put pressure on homes or home buyer activity. Whenever you were talking about a 5.5% rate, and now you're talking about almost, depending upon the credit, and there's a lot of factors, right? And there's ways to get around that. But in general, people have had to really pare down their idea of what they wanted, even in this market. Our area along the 380 corridor specifically in the Aubrey market is a value buy market. And many people that are working, regular, normal 9-to-5ers that could used to buy in this area are unfortunately in a position now where they're simply in a position where they can't afford a $2,800 payment. $2,800 payment is closer to, depending upon down payment, $450,000, right? And so in those cases, that's going to be difficult for people to afford. And so with interest rates going up, that has put serious pressure on the amount of sales that are happening. For example, here in just the month of May, when you look at specifically Aubrey, Texas, there have only been 75 home sales to this month in May that have occurred. And I'll tell you this much, I would say, at minimum 75% more homes are being put on the market every single week. And so you're seeing an absolute increase in inventory and a absolute decrease, I would say, of about 20 or so percent of transactions actually happening. And that's due to the interest rate. Number 3 on my list is going to be just overall locale and pressures within the market. What that means is locality, 380 corridor, and the overall availability of other houses in the market. So if you're sitting on the market, or if you're about to be putting yourself on the market as a pre-existing home, there's new construction available in and around the Aubrey markets. And so you've got all these home builders that have expanded their reach with new construction where that wasn't available just a year and a half, 2 years ago. And so those builders have absolutely ramped up production, and they have in-house lenders that are offering some incentives when it comes to rate, whether they're doing a buy down that they're buying it down themselves, paying $10,000, $20,000 in some cases to buy down the rate for you to get you that 1 extra point off. Now, keep in mind, in many cases, those builders are charging you that extra $20,000 on the price. So simply, in many cases, you're getting a decent deal, but not always getting the best deal because the prices of the houses are more expensive. So you got to consider that as a buyer. Now, as a seller, it's hard because, simply our proximity and, our area. That said, our homes are such at a good value comparatively to Frisco and other markets, Plano, whatever you want to call it, that ultimately, if you have a good realtor who can ultimately get your property in front of those buyers that are looking for a value buy, this is the right market for them. There's so much growth happening here on the 380 corridor and this Frisco market that over the course of the next 2, 3, 4 years, we're going to see some expansive growth, I think personally, some good appreciation. It'd be great if we could get 380 corridor finished. Once that happens, that'll be great. That's going to take some time. But in the short term, just know that home transactions are happening. That timeline is best between mid-Jan and mid-April, bottom line. And we're seeing that play out last year in 2022 and this year in 2023. So once again, at the end of the day, sales do occur. We're seeing them happen every single month. Rates have put pressure of about 20 or 25% on the market. But at the end of the day, every situation is different. So to learn more about your situation, please do go to retailhomevalue.com. At retailhomevalue.com, you're not only going to get some information about your home's value, but also you're going to get information about the general market. You're going to be able to see if you were decided to rent. It's got even stuff on there about like solar panels, if you were to add those, if you were to refinance, if you were to pay off early, if you were to pay extra payments. It's a really great tool that I hope that many of you take advantage of, because I like looking at it and it gives you really awesome information to say, hey, I'd love to pay my house off 5 years before that 30 year, or by the time I'm 60, I want to pay off my house. What do I need to do that? And it'll give you that specific process and how many extra payments you need to make, or a lump sum payment now, or whatever you want to do. It's really a creative tool. So if you have any other questions, thoughts, please do hit the like button, subscribe for my channel if you're on YouTube. And also, go ahead, hit the like on Facebook, Instagram. We're here to help you. If you want to drop us a note and learn more about your home sale, as I said, you can go to Retail Home Value. You can reach out to me directly, 972-757-6273. Thanks. Have a great day.
If you would, please go ahead, hit the like button, and also smash subscribe as well. We'd love to hear from our folks. So please go ahead and give us a comment if you want to learn more or have a comment about what we're showing today.